Hey there, Squirrel Army. For today, I want to debate how good Destroy Evil is. You can join the Squirrel Army by subscribing. Alrighty, so if you don't know this card, it's 2 mana instant, destroys a creature with toughness 4 or greater or an enchantment. So I've been debating how good is it. Now I only sort of cottoned on to this card because I saw it was being played in Arena in the mono white decks, and I was playing some Arena, very rare for me, and yeah, it's not terrible, but I've been debating how good it is. So there are a lot of things that have toughness 4 or greater. There are also things that have toughness less than 4, but still there is lots of things that you would want to kill with 4 or more toughness. There's certainly some enchantments out in the format that are quite dangerous and that you would like to get rid of. Obviously, probably not as good as if it said destroy artifact, instead. Um, because obviously everyone and their grandmother runs Solar Ring in their deck for the most part. Well, 99.99% of people do. So if this was destroy artifact, of course you could make more argument for it. Um, Again, like Disenchant is an okay card, and it's reminiscent of that. It effectively destroys your choice of two things, and one of those has a slight restriction. So I wouldn't say that it's terrible. I don't know how good it is, though. Again, I do think it could be playable, but it is tough to say that this is great. But it's also hard to say that it's not, you know, too too bad either. Like it does have its uses. So, you know, again, thinking that how good this is, and I'm still trying to decide honestly how good it is, but I do think that I might look at playing with it a bit just to see how it goes, because it's one of those things sometimes you don't get to see how good something is until you play with it a little bit. And then the question becomes, well, what am I going to cut? And that's always the issue, because you're only got so many slots in your deck. You've got to have 30 or so lands, I would say, roughly speaking. So then you've got however many targeted removal you've got, and then you've got your artifacts, enchantments, and then your creatures, like your card draw effects, or whatever you've got for whatever you're doing. So again, it's tough to decide, you know, what's worth running, because again, even though again I say it could be worth running, is it the best one? And that's the thing, because that's how competitive a slot in a deck is getting now. You have to have a card that brings with it a lot of value or removes a lot of value at a cheap rate, and it can't have too many restrictions. Like, it has to be able to deal with the issues that you will face on a day to day, game to the game basis. So yeah, I might do more research to find more cards like this. Um, because yeah, I am on the hunt for more interaction because the format is just that way. It's just you have to answer things or lose. You have to have answers or lose. That or you have to be playing a better game or a better deck than what your opponent is. And that's really tough. And the premium, as I sort of said, on a slot in a deck now is super high. But the modalness of this sort of a spell is kind of what we're all looking for. We're all looking for this spell that I don't think exists yet. I don't know. Maybe it does and I haven't found it. But maybe they will print it one day, maybe, and give us a really good spell that we really need in the format. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, you guys can let me know, what do you think? Is Destroy Evil worth running? Do you run it yourself? Have you seen other people run it? Etc. And write your thoughts down there in those comments. And hope you will join me again in the next one.